So this guide here goes through everything about the entire ecological session. What it is, why you're here, what you're gonna do, what will happen later, and of course the rewards. We have like 2 resets when it comes to this ecological succession. One when the reset normally is, the weekly reset. One when half of the week has passed. So for us in EU, it's like Saturday. US servers is Friday. But not like direct in the morning. I think you have to wait a little bit until it hits a certain time as well. But yeah, so we have weekly and bi-weekly. And the one we just did now was that we talked with Nari. We got introduced into the ecological succession. Most of you guys have already started this, and you saw that we were bringing bees into the ecodome. And that's what it's all about. We need to bring animals into this zone so that they feel like, first of all, that they can live here. But the main thing why we're doing this is because Vinar is trying to take care of these animals and plants, the organisms, so that Karesh will live again. And they're starting doing that in these domes. And that's what we're helping her with. So if you look here, this is on PTR. If you look here, look how many animals we actually have. So that's what they want. Bring animals here and take care of them. Okay. When you start, you saw this button, this machine, the Oasis console. When you click on that, you will see that you already now have like 1, 2, 3, 4 animals, organisms that you can check status on. If you click on one of these, for example, Slateback, it says this species is limited in its impact upon ecosystem due to low population. So basically, you barely have any of these animals yet. Once you bring in animals, you will take care of these animals, and then you can check the status here, how it looks on the animals you have picked in. So if you look at this one on PTR, there's more progress on. If I click on this one now, you can see I have much more animals. These are all the animals that you will bring in. Slateback, Thorntail, Lapbugs, Honeybees, Necrorays, Flyers, which are these Karoks, and Snakes. So here's like how it looks in the end. You want higher status on the animals you bring in. And this status is 6 steps. One is too few animals, no data, which you had on the Slatebacks because we didn't have any. Once you have done the quest line to bring in the animal and done some weekly and bi-weekly quests to take care of the animal, then this status goes up. Species settled well. The species is acclimating to the Oasis. The third one is species now interacting with other species. The fourth one is species flourishing. The fifth one is removing the species would have catastrophical impact. And the highest status you can get of an organism is species has become a foundation of the ecosystem. That's the highest one. So if you look at the one on PTR, if I click on one of these now, I have the highest one. The species has become the foundational species of the Oasis, critical survival of the ecosystem. I've done that on all mine. That's how this console works. You can see like which step are you in of these 6 steps. Once you bring in animals, you will get quests for them. Each animal will have a quest. These quests you get on the weekly reset, 1, and on the bi-weekly reset. So on Friday for US or Saturday for EU and so on. So 2 quests a week. 1 quest will take up the rank 1 step. 1 quest, 1 step. What you can do is that if I go on an alt and do the same quest, then it goes up to the next step. And then I go on a third alt, do the same quest, it goes up to the next step. You can run multiple alts and you'll be done with all these steps in 1 day. Okay, how do you do this? The storyline. The honeybees, you guys, most of you guys have done it, where you take care of the honeybees. That's the first organism you bring in. Once you bring it in, you also have to take care of it in this ecodome and the other ecodome. Like we have 2 in Karesh. It's all about like taking blood samples and making them be able to multiply and stuff like that, right? Then that is done. What some of you, most of you, I guess, noticed that you got 1 more quest this week. But before that, you also saw botanist Alinra. She's one of the specialists. You need 3 specialists in total. You need the botanist, you need Hemet Nessingwary, and you need this sniff master. Those 3 are tied to an achievement called expertly done. So that one is just that you gather all through the storyline. This week was the bees. Yesterday for us in EU, we got 1 more quest, which was Hemet Nessingwary. Most of you guys already activated them. Those 2 are the ones that are up for this week. Week 2, then we're gonna get this bad boy, Slateback, right? His name. Gonna get a quest for him. You're gonna unlock him, and it's also like a little bit long quest line. Like you have to find him and shit. The cool thing about some of these animals is that you have to enter the face world and get sort of the soul. Once you get their soul, this machine will fucking create that animal. That's what this machine also does. It creates animals. So when they were talking about on the video long ago, They're like, oh, it's like Jurassic Park. And I was like, what the fuck? It's just nothing like Jurassic Park. What are you talking about? But this is the part she meant when she said Jurassic Park. Because we actually create animals. We're going to go to the phase diving world. We're going to grim their souls, put in this machine, and we're going to create them. And this Slateback is like one of them. Week 2, Slateback, and this expert guy, the third expert, you get achievement. Like both of them. Bi-weekly next week, we're going to get the fox. So if it is what we see on the PTR, next week, we're going to get 2 animals. The Slateback and the fox. Week 3, Lapbugs, and these rays on the bi-weekly. Week 4, Karesh, these big boys, on the reset, and on the bi-weekly is snakes. And that is the last one. So basically, it's going to be 4 weeks to complete all of this. And like I said, once you unlock an animal, you unlock the weekly quest for it. And if you look at the achievements, one is to complete all the storylines. So basically, all these weekly and bi-weekly quests to get all the animals, to get Nessingwary, all these things, right? One is the daily quest. They call them daily quests, but it's not daily quests. It's bi-weekly quests. So like 2 quests a week. The honeybees you probably have done. And then you do the other ones. And to do the other ones, like I said, you have to unlock those animals. You have to bring them in through the storyline. Then you do the side quest for it, and then you get it. Another achievement is Otherworldly Ecologist. Ecological stability. Make sure that all animals feel good in the Oasis. And that is this console you look at, right? You do these quests to upgrade these steps here, so they feel good. Then we have some small achievements here and there. Expertly done, that's to bring those 3 experts in. And that you also do for the main storyline. Then we have this one, Brokish Don't Care How Much You Win. Some of these side quests, you will race the animals, which is pretty fun. You're gonna race and Slateback Alpha, you're gonna race a Necro Ray. Now, we have done this racing. There are arrows to follow when you run around and race them. You don't have to follow those arrows. There's normal mode, there's challenge mode when you do it. Normal mode, you can follow the arrows, you will win. Challenge mode, if you follow the arrows, you will never win. The fucking animal will win against you. However, you start from point A on the stairs, and you have to go to point B to another stairs. And that's the weird thing. They haven't fixed it on PTR. I don't know if they're gonna fix it on live. You can just go from the stairs and just go all the way to other stairs and you win. You don't have to follow the arrows and follow the whole thing, the whole like race, and go to the end. You can just go to the end, straight to the end, and win. So if you have a hard time to do the challenge, if you can cheat, just fucking cheat. Just run from one staircase into the next one and you win. Then you get these 2 achievements done. Weekling Pinnacle Cash, that's the big boy one. So this one wants you to do a weekly quest where you take care of these animals. There's a bar to fill up, basically. Help the Oasis. Different ways. Either you do the main quests that they give you here, or the side quests to take care of animals. It's going to be loads of side quests in the end to take care of the animals. Each quest give you 20%. Or you can just like water plants, click on poo, talk to robots around here, just to click on shit you see around in this place. There are some objectives that pops up different places. Each week they will drop a quest item you give to Renari. That also gives you 20%. This weekly quest that you do, it gives you nice rewards. It gives you a pet, restore coffee key, 15 carved quests, veteran gear, gold. This pet, there are 12 of them. On PTR, you got 100% a pet on the first time you did it, and later on was chance on pet. But now Kaney says that someone has done 30 boxes and didn't get it on alts. Only the first guy. So that means it's gonna take 12 weeks if you want all these pets. Another thing it drops is the mount. You have a chance to get this Curious Slateback. You have weekly quests. They're not behind like these animals that you unlock. These are weekly quests. They're tied behind a little bit of power because it gives you carved quests, it gives you Valor Stones, it gives you rep. And there are 3 of them. A Real Problem, Ana Reclamation Program, and Food Run. They will always be there. And you get them the same way from always the same dudes. Either Omtalad here or Venari. It's like, here's the Food Run. It's always those 3 that exists. All this is tied to this meta achievement. At the moment, this is live server. At the moment, there's no reward behind this meta achievement, which I think is very sad. Because there's a lot of work you're gonna put in the ecological succession, and there's no reward. The only rewards are the mounts, the 12 pets, but they're tied behind a world quest, not tied behind the story or anything about these animals per se. And then there's one more mount that is actually tied behind this. And that is, once you unlock the Karesh, so week 4, you unlock these Karesh. These Karesh will actually unlock race. There you go. This is what you don't see on live. You have to unlock it on week 4 when you unlock the Karesh. And then you can do a race with them. Try the course, advanced course, reverse course, or you just want to chill and just like let it fly by itself. And this is tied to that you can actually get this mount, Resplendent Carrack mount. This mount is tied behind a world quest. World quest, the hope of Karesh. We're gonna get world quest for this race, but I've never seen it popping up. That is Ecological session.